What's going on, Wolves? Welcome back to another episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. It is your host, Cole DaSilva, and today we're going to be talking about procrastination and productivity. You see, I want to give you a hack on how to kill procrastination. I want to give you a hack on how to stop procrastinating towards actually doing the things that you would like to do, whether it's fitness related, relationship related, business related, life related, doesn't matter. Okay, I was going to make a couple jokes there, but let's try to keep it a little bit more serious right now. You see, when it came down to this podcast, I was trying to debate, what should I talk about? Should we talk about health? Should we talk about wealth? Should we talk about business? Should we talk about mindset? Should we talk about relationships? There's been a bunch of different things that I've reviewed today, whether it was about business partnerships, whether it was about productivity planning, whether it was about content creation batching. And then I took a second and I stepped back and evaluated how my day has been going. You see, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was about to go to the gym and go to boxing like I usually do, because I train 6 days a week. I do boxing 6 days a week. I do 12,000 steps a day, 7 days a week. I do a little bit of steady state cardio on the treadmill or the Stairmaster around 3 to 5 times a week. And that didn't happen today. Why? Because on Saturday, I was actually sparring, and as I threw a straight right, my lat was so tight that it feels like I pulled out one of my ribs. So when I woke up this morning at 3 a.m., like I usually do, I had the choice: go back to bed or nurture and take care of my body, plus get a little bit of work done. I chose option 2. So I went down and I had an Epsom salt bath. And while I was in the bath, I was doing a bunch of content research, a bunch of content planning, scheduling out my day. And I looked at my calendar and I was like, holy shit, I have been awake and grinding since 3 a.m. and everything has been 100% planned out from 3 all the way until 9:30 p.m. tonight. You see, I woke up, I did a content call. I talked to Daniel about some content. I went over my content schedule on Discord because we actually have an entire team now that is helping us produce content on TikTok, on Instagram, on 2 YouTube channels. I'm very, 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 very happy about it, by the way. It's amazing. After I did that, I went into dad duty for an hour and a half because Julia had a dentist appointment. After I was done that, I had an executive leadership team meeting. Then I had a call at our $1 million mastermind. Then I had a call in our CLA. Directly after that, I had a call with an executive assistant. I drove to the gym. I had a little bit of food. I spoke to my gym manager. I came back to the house. I filmed 5 videos with Kirsten, Daniel's sister. Daniel, say hi. All right. He filmed all the content for us. Directly after that, I sat down in this chair. I did a little bit of a financial talk with Brian. Now we're filming a podcast. Directly after this podcast, I'm driving to motorcycle school and I'm going to be learning theory and skill-based testing for my motorcycle test that we're going to be doing in a week and a half. The reason why I am explaining all of this to you is because I did not have time to procrastinate today. I did not have time to waste today. I didn't have time to sit on my ass and do nothing today. And that is the hack for all of you. If you are consistently struggling with procrastination, pack your schedule so goddamn tight that you are forced to take action towards the things that you want to achieve. You see, again, I didn't go to the gym today because I couldn't. And with that step back due to a little bit of an injury, I looked at my day from a 10,000 foot view. And then I realized that I don't really have the luxury of sitting on my ass and doing nothing. I don't have the luxury of procrastinating. I don't have the luxury of fucking around, for lack of a better term, because almost every single day looks at how I just explained to you guys. 3 a.m. I wake up, I do the gym, I do boxing, I do cardio. I get home, I'm on dad duty with Julia, spending time with my familia. Around 8:30, I go into my first meeting. Then it's podcast call, meeting, content, driving here, meeting here. And it's consistent all the way up until usually 5:30. But because I'm now in motorcycle school, because I would like to get my motorcycle's license, because your boy's going to get a Harley. Fuck yes, I'm super excited. Monday and Wednesday, I now have 4.5 hours of schooling, theory schooling that's packed on this week. Again, the best hack I can give you to stop procrastination is to pack your calendar so goddamn tight that you don't have time to procrastinate, because you're from one task to the other without any breaks. You have to force yourself to take a stop to actually eat some food because of how busy you are. And something that will also benefit you is change up your environment. You see, it's easy to procrastinate when you don't have anybody relying on you. And it's also easy to procrastinate when all you're doing is sitting in one place trying to get all your jobs done. But you see, everything I did today was in a different area. This morning, I did my content meeting. Then I went into another meeting. Then I had to go upstairs and do dad duty. Then I went into a meeting. Then I changed up my environment, did the call. Then I did another call. Then I had to be in my car. Then I went to the gym. Then I drove over here. Now I'm back over here. Now I'm driving over there. You see, I'm consistently forced out of my environment and I am pushed to do the things that I need to do. So it's stopping me from procrastinating in the first place. A lot of you guys get imposter syndrome. A lot of you guys get information overload. A lot of you guys struggle with getting the fucking shit that you need to get done because of the fact that you are not putting pressure on self. In my opinion, you might agree with this, you might not agree with this. But you see, I really don't believe that if you guys were actually intentional about packing your to-do list in your calendar and you mapped out what you needed to do on a daily basis, that you would just not do the work itself. Maybe I'm ignorant for not believing that, but I have more faith in you guys. I feel like if you actually sat down on a Sunday and you planned out your week, you planned out your to-do list, you planned out your non-negotiables, you planned out what your calendar was going to be like, and you packed it from when you opened your eyes until you went to bed at night, you would get shit done. Because you wouldn't have the luxury of sitting on your fucking ass because people relied on you and people were expecting shit from you. If you do all that and you are still procrastinating, well, newsflash, you're a lazy piece of fucking shit. But that's besides the point. The number one hack I can give all of you to stop procrastination in general is to make sure that you are forced out of your comfort zone. Get things that are going to push you out of your environment. Make sure that you pack your schedule so tight that you don't have the luxury of sitting around and doing anything, doing nothing, doing bullshit, lollygagging. We all procrastinate. We all do. It's a regular human trait. So what I've found worked for me is making sure that I don't have the luxury to do so. I pack my schedule so tight that I just have to show up for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. All right. And I have people around me to hold me accountable to the tasks that I have laid out. You might not. You might not. And then you might have to utilize things that are going to benefit you. There's an app called Opal that you can get that actually turns your entire phone into grayscale and sets alarms for certain apps, and you can't unlock it until that time hits in the day. You physically cannot do anything about the app or the lock on your phone until it's that time in the day. That'd be a great productivity tool that you could utilize to stop procrastinating and focus on the task at hand. You could just focus on the grayscale of your phone. Nobody wants to watch Instagram and TikTok and YouTube in grayscale. So you could transform your phone into grayscale and it would help you stop avoiding the tasks needed to get done because you won't want to scroll on your phone anymore. There are a bunch of things that you can do to up your productivity levels and to get yourself more focused on the task at hand. The main thing that I'm telling you to do today is just to pack your schedule so goddamn tight that you have to move because your family's relying on you, because your son or daughter's relying on you, because your friends are relying on you, because your mother's relying on you, because your job needs you. Put things back to back so you don't get to sit on your ass and do nothing. Might sound like a dumb hack to you, but it's helped me immensely. It's why we've been able to scale a multi-7-figure business with 1,500 plus clients, a coaching team of 13 coaches, and an actual business roster of 47 employees. I'm only 30 years old. We're just getting started. How am I able to manage all that? By the schedule I just told you. The first meeting I had today, right after my content calls, ideation, was our executive leadership meeting. On that executive leadership meeting, myself, Brian, and our other 4 heads in 4 different departments get together and mind map the next week and how everything's going to go and how the projects are moving forward on a weekly basis. That wouldn't happen if we just willy-nilly met whenever we wanted to. It's an expectation. It's worked into my calendar. I have to show up no matter what. I just had the idea before this podcast to tell you guys about that because today's busy as fuck. Crazy busy. And it's only going to get busier coming towards September. Why? Well, first and foremost, on the 26th of June, we are actually hosting a free virtual summit teaching individuals how to close $1,000 fitness clients from their Instagram. We're going to be talking about DMs, sales, content, tonality, fluidity. We're going to be giving away a shitload of value for 5.5 hours straight for free, by the way, 100% for free. And on that virtual summit on June 26th, we're going to be launching the tickets to our next event, September 20th to 22nd in Houston, Texas. And I'm super fucking excited. We are finally announcing everything. It's the first time we talked about the dates and the location live anywhere. So life is only going to get busier. How do I stop myself from slacking off, procrastinating, being a lazy piece of shit? I pack my schedule so tight around people and things that rely on me to play at my highest level. And I am forced out of my comfort zone to do the shit that I need to do. Just want to challenge y'all to do the same. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for listening today. Subscribe to the podcast. Click the link below to get your ticket for the event or register for the virtual summit. We out of here. Peace.